One way to get the most out of life is to look upon it as an adventure. If we do not discipline ourselves, the world will do it for us. Beware of the person who can't be bothered by details. If you are naturally kind, you attract a lot of people you don't like. Concentrate on your job and you will forget your other troubles. Women lie about their age, men lie about their income. A time will come when a politician who has willfully made war and promoted international dissension will be as sure of the dock and much surer of the noose than a private homicide. It is not reasonable that those who gamble with men's lives should not stake their own. The philosophy behind much advertising is based on the old observation that every man is really two men: the man he is and the man he wants to be. Some of us might find happiness if we quit struggling so desperately for it. When ordering lunch, the big executives are just as indecisive as the rest of us. One of the many things nobody ever tells you about middle age is that it's such a nice change from being young. In politics, strangely enough, the best way to play your cards is to lay them face upwards on the table. Back of 99 out of 100 assertions that a thing cannot be done is nothing but the unwillingness to do it. When lying, be emphatic and indignant, thus behaving like your children. The reward of energy, enterprise and thrift is taxes. That they may have a little peace, even the best dogs are compelled to snarl occasionally. Don't let ambition get so far ahead that it loses sight of the job at hand. The tragedy is that so many have ambition and so few have ability. We always admire the other person more after we've tried to do his job. If people really liked to work, we'd still be plowing the land with sticks and transporting goods on our backs. Next to a sincere compliment, I think I like a well-deserved and honest rebuke. Every social injustice is not only cruel, but it is economic waste. A man must not deny his manifest abilities, for that is to evade his obligations. Not a tenth of us who are in business are doing as well as we could if we merely followed the principles that were known to our grandfathers. Business is always interfering with pleasure, but it makes other pleasures possible. Here is the secret of inspiration. Tell yourself that thousands and tens of thousands of people, not very intelligent and certainly no more intelligent than the rest of us, have mastered problems as difficult as those that now baffle you. The wisdom of the wise and the experience of the ages is preserved into perpetuity by a nation's proverbs, fables, folk sayings and quotations. Books open your mind, broaden your mind, and strengthen you as nothing else can. An invitation to a wedding invokes more trouble than a summons to a police court. He isn't a real boss until he has trained subordinates to shoulder most of his responsibilities. Most of us regard good luck as our right and bad luck as a betrayal of that right. Some people are making such thorough preparation for rainy days that they aren't enjoying today's sunshine. A budget tells us what we can't afford, but it doesn't keep us from buying it. Plenty of people miss their share of happiness, not because they never found it, but because they didn't stop to enjoy it. Success seems to be largely a matter of hanging on after others have let go. Wealth flows from energy and ideas. One of the funny things about the stock market is that every time one person buys, another sells, and both think they are astute. No man is a failure who is enjoying life. Early morning cheerfulness can be extremely obnoxious. The prizes go to those who meet emergencies successfully, and the way to meet emergencies is to do each daily task the best we can. Finishing a good book is like leaving a good friend. Setting a good example for your children takes all the fun out of middle age. One of the indictments of civilizations is that happiness and intelligence are so rarely found in the same person. Something that has always puzzled me all my life is why, when I'm in special need of help, the good deed is usually done by somebody on whom I have no claim. Temporary success can be achieved in spite of lack of other fundamental qualities, but no advancements can be maintained without hard work. An idea isn't worth much until a man is found who has the energy and ability to make it work. Few of us get anything without working for it. Any man who makes a speech more than 6 times a year is bound to repeat himself, not because he has little to say, but because he wants applause and the old stuff gets it. The best sermon is preached by the minister who has a sermon to preach, and not by the man who has to preach a sermon.